Hello and welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News, your go-to channel for updates on campus life and events. We hope you've had a phenomenal week and a happy Halloween. I'm Ben Bugbee.
And I'm Tasha Gray. Now to start off this week's episode with sports, let's throw it over to Chloe and Olivia.
Welcome back to Sports Roundup. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Chloe. Both Johnnie and Bennie basketball open their seasons this weekend. Let's get into the details.
St. John's basketball opens the 2025-2026 season on November 8th on the road against Wisconsin Oshkosh. This is a great way for them to open up their season and immediately measure up against a consistent national tournament program. SU wants to show that last year's MIAC title momentum is carrying over into this season. Tip-up is Saturday, November 8th, this weekend at 5 p.m.
College of St. Benedict women's basketball open the 2025-2026 season at home November 7th through 8th with their tip-off classic at Claire Lynch Hall. The Bennies host Minnesota Morris Friday and Bethany Lutheran Saturday. They are launching this season as the 40th season under Coach Mike Durbin with talented veteran leaders and impactful newcomers. Good luck to both of these teams opening their seasons.
SU Swim and Dive tied St. Olaf in a neutral site duel last Saturday, November 1st. This is just the second recorded tie in program history. St. John's had 7 event wins and 25 top 3 finishes. Senior Braden Slavic swept his races and junior Cody Watts swept the boards yet again. Next for SU, a road duel at Wisconsin Lacrosse on Saturday, November 8th. Safe travels.
CSB Hockey opened the year with a tough matchup and fell 7-1 to number 1 ranked UW River Falls. Senior Chloe Lewis scored the lone Bennie goal. CSB was outshot and trailed 4-1 after 1 period. Now, attention turns to MIAC play. The Bennies host St. Scholastica Friday, November 14th at 6 p.m. in St. Cloud.
That's all we have for you this week. Safe travels and good luck to all of our athletes on the road.
Now, back to you, Ben and Daisha. Have a good weekend.
Thanks as always to Chloe and Olivia for delivering the latest updates on Johnnie Bennie sports and activities. And as always, good luck to all of our athletes competing this weekend and keep up the great work.
Now, before we take a look at the upcoming events for the week, we want to take a dive into Minnesota Public Radio's time on our campus. NPR is one of the nation's premier public radio organizations, producing programming for radio, digital, and live audiences. Operating in 45 station terminals across the network, NPR serves nearly all of Minnesota and parts of the surrounding states. NPR's 3 regional services, NPR News, Your Classical NPR, and The Current, reach over 1 million listeners each week.
The Minnesota Public Radio began as a classical radio station in 1967 at KSJR in Collegeville. As NPR nears its 60th anniversary, on Tuesday, a group of 40-plus leaders from throughout the state visited our St. John's campus to reconnect with NPR's roots. It was an absolutely an amazing panel. It was me and our very own Chloe and also Gabe, and we spoke about the future of innovation in media. We also spoke about what is the future of journalism going to look like with AI, but more than anything that we should not fear AI, use it as a tool and focus on how journalism was built on relationships more than it will ever be algorithms. It was beautiful.
Well, we are thrilled to have Minnesota Public Radio on campus, and we look forward to future strategy that's focused on innovation, connecting deeply with all of Minnesota and all over the rest of the region. It was really a joy to have these leaders and journalists across our campus where it all began. And like Daisha mentioned, special shout out to our very own Daisha Gray, Chloe Moore, as you mentioned, as well as Gabe Evanachek, who were all at this event. And I know that Chloe and Daisha, you both had the great opportunity to speak. So it was fantastic to hear all about that.
Yes, thanks a lot, Ben. Now let's switch gears and look at some events coming up this weekend and next week. Tonight is the Roller Skate Disco put on by CSLE. Throw on some skates and listen to 2010's throwbacks. There will be snacks, pop, and good energy. Bring your friends and roll through for a fun night at the rink. This will be at the Alumni Hall, Hine Campus Center, CSB, from 7 to 9 p.m.
Applications are still being accepted on a rolling basis for the following spring 2026 embedded study abroad programs. The Belgium and the Netherlands fermentation, United Kingdom, children's literature, Zambia, global health community, engaged learning. And if you're interested in these, what you need to do is go and log on to the CSB SJU Global Portal to explore programs and submit your applications today. Make sure to do this as soon as possible. These spots are filling up fast.
On Tuesday, November 11th, there will be a first-generation student celebration. It is beginning at 5:30 p.m. located at Upper Gorecki 204. The goal is to recognize and celebrate the achievements and experiences of our first-generation students. The evening will feature a social gathering designed to foster connection and community among students. In addition, several student speakers will share their personal journeys and reflections as first-generation college students. The event is from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Another important thing to note is the 2026-27 study abroad semester applications opening. Stop in the Experience Hub in Clemens if you need help with your application or help deciding which program best fits you. And with that, we wrap up another week's edition of Johnnie Bennie Campus News.
We appreciate your viewership. Join us again next week for the latest in campus updates, noteworthy news, and upcoming events.
Your ongoing support is crucial, so make sure to let your friends know where they can stay up to date with the latest on Johnnie Bennie Campus News. And be sure to check out our Instagram at Johnnie Bennie Media. We are excited for all of the upcoming projects this year, so make sure to stay active on our social media this semester to see short clips from featured segments. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, I'm Ben Bugbee.
And I'm Taisha Gray. We'll see you next time.